Hey guys! So you're probably wondering why I'm half naked right now, and the truth is, I haven't been getting a lot of views on my channel lately, and I see some other YouTubers out there who take off their clothes all the time, and they're a lot more famous than I am, so I thought I'd give it a try. No. I am starting a brand new series on my channel called Body Talk Tuesdays. Now, if you haven't known me for a long time, you would have no idea that I used to be 269 pounds. Ugh, it kills me. But yes, I used to be overweight, and although I've come a long way since, I still kind of carry a lot of the negativity and the self-consciousness with me. So, Body Talk Tuesdays is my way of not only venting my feelings and hopefully inspiring myself to do better, but hopefully inspire a few of you out there to really make some positive life changes and hopefully get on a body empowerment path. For episode 1, I want to talk about my story, how I gained my weight, and at what point I decided I really needed to make a change. Now, the last thing I want to do is blame anybody else. This was my problem, and I dealt with it how I chose to deal with it, but when I started to gain my weight was right after my parents' separation. I was in grade 3, so I was still very young, and I didn't take things well. I mean, normal children, I don't think, take separation or divorce well, but in my situation, like, my parents are still close friends. They're not yelling at each other, they didn't fight over us. I took it really weird and emotional, and I happen to be a person who eats their feelings. I know I'm not the only one out there, but I go to food to make myself feel better. So as a kid, I really didn't know the difference between, junk food and healthy food. Of course, junk food tasted better and made me feel better, so that's what I gravitated to. But I didn't know the consequences that it had on my body. I literally don't remember gaining weight until people started to tell me, hey, you're fat, or whoa, you gained a bunch of weight, what happened? And that, as a kid, sucks. To be honest, it wasn't even always bullying. I remember this one situation. His name was Devin, and he was in a grade underneath me. So when we went from elementary school to middle school, that's kind of when I gained a lot of my weight. And I just remember one of the first days of grade 7, he just got into grade 6, and we ran into each other in the bathroom, and, the first thing he said when he saw me was, whoa, you've gained weight. And it wasn't even him making fun of me, it wasn't even him trying to be rude, it was just like an initial kind of reaction thing to say. And I also remember him coming up to me later in the day and apologizing for saying that, which meant a lot, but it's still something that stuck in my mind. And that was one of the first moments I realized, okay, like I'm gaining weight, I'm overweight. Now, the problem with me is that my sadness and my depression kind of shifted from my parents' separation to the fact that I was fat. And instead of kind of being conscious enough to make healthy choices and kind of change my lifestyle, I just turned to food to make myself feel better, which just made the problem worse. And it's not like my parents didn't notice and just turned a blind eye and didn't try to help. I got into swimming lessons again, I did lifeguarding, I did triathlon training, I even played football for a year. Me playing football! But it just, whenever I would go to my dad's house, he just didn't really know how to take care of himself eating-wise either, so together we just kind of ate whatever made us feel happy, and that just happened to be McDonald's and pizza and wings and everything that you can think of that is terrible to put in your body. It's really hard for me to kind of find or define the moment that I really decided I needed to change, but a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was in high school, my friends started dating, I was discovering the fact that I was gay, and I would watch movies like Eating Out or the show Queer as Folk, and I would see these gay men, and what I was attracted to at the time was this, perfect twink, that skinny, tan body, and I would look in the mirror and I would just see the complete opposite, and that was the worst feeling I think I'll ever go through. It just got to a point where I knew I didn't want to die. I couldn't keep living in that body, in that vessel I didn't think was mine. It wasn't my true self. It wasn't my true body, and people didn't treat me the way that I wanted them to treat me, and people didn't look at me the way that I hoped that they'd look at me. That's a little surreal to say out loud to myself. This is why I'm doing this! I will say though, I am very fortunate in the support system that I had from my family, specifically my mom. Now, I will get into that, however, on the next episode of Body Talk Tuesday on how I ended up losing all my weight. So, until then, bonne nuit, mes amis. I will see you next time. Okay, love you guys. Bye!